Greetings, this is July 10th, just after 1 p.m. Last night, west of Kalamalka Lake to the south of Vernon in an area called Coldstream, fire broke out and went up the hillside. I caught some infrared at about 2 a.m. It was showing in an area just to the west of Highway 97. It burned up the hillside. Here we can see the infrared on the WILDFIRE today and the MODIS indication in orange from last night. It is under control. Crews were on it right away. Apparently it was an accident that started this. A very scary situation for the people up there to be awakened in the middle of the night and find out you have to be evacuated because there is a wildfire. There's likely to be a few hotspots lingering there, and we can see on windy that there are some gusts, increasing wind speed in the afternoon around 5 p.m., but primarily the wind is blowing from the south-southwest. There may be a wind shift around Monday, changing directions and coming from the northeast. I'm not seeing any precipitation in the forecast. Temperatures should actually get a little bit hotter towards the beginning of next week. I'll take a quick look at some other hotspots that popped up last night on the MODIS system. Here we're looking at north of Sasquatch Provincial Park. That's northeast of Hope. MODIS spot popped up in the mountains there. Then if we jump up to the central and east section of the Caribou, there's an area north of Elbow Lake that has 5 MODIS hotspots showing. And again, these don't indicate that there's fire consuming that square. It just means that within that square, heat was detected. Then northeast of Kamloops, this is north of the road to the east of Heffley Lake. MODIS hotspot popped up there. If we zoom in, we can see it's in a forested block, and it looks to be about a kilometer and a half north of the road. Another one popped up east of Adams Lake. This is just north of Little Momich Lake, and a couple of MODIS hotspots showed up there last night. Then north of Highway 1 on the way to Revelstoke, if we're heading east of the Shuswap, MODIS indication popped up there. And again, some of these areas may be obscured by smoke and cloud, so we may not be seeing all the data. When we look a little closer, north of Malaqua and Craigellachie, 2 hotspots showing up there north of Highway 1. And then over to Nakusp, this is an area called Glenbank. It's north of Nakusp. Hotspots showed up there. We are looking at the Fire Information for Resource Management System, and the links are in the description below as well. There's links for BC Wildfire. You want to check with them and find out where there are evacuation orders and alerts in your area. I apologize for any static in the audio. There's a few machines running around me, and they can interrupt the signal a little bit. We've jumped over to a screen from Windy. We're looking at precipitation in the province, and we can see around Prince George and then heading to the northeast there is some lightning potential and some turbulence with hopefully a bit of precipitation to keep things damp up there. Just watch out for gusts in the afternoon. Wind velocity could pick up towards 5 p.m. I call it the 3 o'clock breeze that comes on, and I'm not seeing a lot of rain in the central interior or in the South Caribou. So be safe. If you see any plumes or smoke from that recent lightning storm that went through, call them in. That's star 5555 on your cell phone. One of the features on the FIRM system, as well as being able to look at satellite photos and infrared, is to be able to look at some of the vegetation in the area in a highlighted system. Sometimes it's hard to find this application, so I'll put a direct link at the top of the description. This is the VWIRS corrected reflectance. We are looking at the Sparks Lake area north of Kamloops Lake, and here we can see a change in the coloration of the vegetation. That's where the burn area is. Bonaparte Lake is to the top of the screen. Now we're going to move westward to the area around Marble Canyon, Pavilion, and when we take a look at the corrected reflectance, here we can see that burn area that moves north of Pavilion along the Fraser River. You're not going to see a lot of detail in the terrain, but it does give us an indication of where the fire traveled. And this pattern is very similar to Sparks Lake, where it was moving in a northerly direction. Now we've jumped up to the Interlakes area. We're looking around Canham Lake and Decca Lake, and here we have the corrected reflectance. I can see a shaded area north of Sheridan Lake, just to the south of Decca Lake. Again, not a lot of detail. It's more obvious on the larger burn patterns. And finally, we're looking at the area around Lytton. This is also showing to the north of Lytton across the Thompson River and to the east of Lytton, as well as some shaded areas that go northwest up the Fraser. There's still some infrared popping up, and it's to the east of the George Road fire, to the east of Lytton and south of the highway and the Thompson River. These are new infrared, but they appear within the existing fire perimeter. This is a very quick video just to show you some of the latest infrared that pops up early in the morning, and again, a very exciting and scary evening for the folks up at Coldstream, south of Vernon, to find a wildfire essentially in your backyard. So stay connected, be in contact with friends and relatives, neighbors. It's difficult to predict when these situations might arise. Keep your nose to the breeze, and thank you very much for watching.